Alright, so DraftKings has an NFL Week 1 tournament that has a $10 million guarantee prize pool with a $20 entry fee, and $2 million goes to first. And since I'm not really into fantasy sports in other areas, I'm just going to narrow my search for the NFL by clicking up here. Once I do that, the top 3 promotions come up, and when I scroll down, the only tournaments, contests that come up are for the NFL. The top tournament at the list is a $10 million Millionaire Maker, and second to that is their NFL $1 million play action, where it's only a $3 entry fee, and first place is $100,000. Now there's a lot of ways that you can filter your search for what you want, but I'm not really going to get into that much. I'm just going to show you the nitty-gritty of what DraftKings is about and how to enter a lineup on DraftKings. So I'll begin by, let's say, entering a lineup in the $1 million play action by just clicking enter, obviously. When I do that, all the players come up for the contests that are available, along with their salary and so forth. Also, if you notice here, if you make your first deposit on DraftKings, you'll get a free entry into the $1 million guarantee play action. So DraftKings is a week-to-week NFL fantasy sports website. This means that there's no season-long commitment. It means that you pick a new team every single week, but you have to do it within the $50,000 salary cap. So that means that you can't be picking like Aaron Rodgers, Jamal Charles, Matt Forte, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham Jr. all on the same team. It's just not going to work. You'll run out of salary cap real fast. So I'm just going to show you a quick lineup. For the next minute or so, I'm going to select a lineup using some terms you may not be familiar with yet. But that's okay because I'll explain them in later videos. I'll start out by taking Aaron Rodgers. Next, I'll search for a wide receiver to stack him with. After that, I'm going to look for a running back that catches a lot of balls, as well as a running back that I think is going to have a really good week 1. After that, I'm going to look for some players for value. The New York Giants and Dallas game, I think, has a couple receivers that are really good value. Victor Cruz, Terrence Williams. After that, I'm going to deselect the game so I bring back all the players again. Go to my tight end tab and take a value pick at tight end as well with Jordan Cameron. Finally, I'll pick a defense, and then I'll look at my flex position. For defense, I'll take an against the grain pick with the Buffalo Bills. That leaves me with 6,300 left for the flex position. In the flex position, I can pick a wide receiver, running back, or tight end. At 6,300, the highest paid player I could take would be Golden Tate. But just because he's the highest paid player doesn't mean that I want to take him. In fact, I think I'm going to go with more of a gamble for this pick and take Nelson Aguilar, rookie for the Eagles. Notice I still have some salary cap left over, and that's okay. It's actually not a big deal if you have some left over. In fact, most people that are going to pick their lineup are going to try and use all of their salary cap, which means that if you pick a lineup that has anywhere from, say, $500 to $2,000 left over, you're very likely to have a unique lineup. And when you're playing in guaranteed prize pool tournaments that have hundreds of thousands of entries, a unique lineup is critical. In these big tournaments, you also want to pick players that have a very high ceiling. Whereas when you're playing in 50-50s or head-to-head matches, you want to pick players that have a very high floor and minimize your risk. You also wouldn't be stacking in 50-50s or head-to-heads. So depending on the type of tournament you're playing in, depends on the structure of your lineup. So once you have your lineup all set, click Submit, register, sign up, and good luck. So if you like this video, please hit the like button down below and subscribe if you want to stay up to date on DraftKings information and player picks. Each week I'll go through players that I like for value, sleepers, and players I think have a high ceiling and are worth their high price. Also, if you notice in the information below in the drop box, there's a link to a group on Facebook that I've created where we share information and talk about player picks that we like throughout the week. DraftKings and fantasy football is a sport that is a battle of information, and there's tons of information out there on football. So the more people we have in that group, the better we'll get at picking players and creating winning lineups.